So let's take this right down.
Well, day 2 for me. Garrett showed up yesterday with Craig. Day 1 for them. We're here in Idaho. We've got 2 tags in our pockets. We've got mule deer and elk. The deer hunting the last couple days has been slow, to say the least. This is their winter range here. We were hoping for some weather to push them out of the mountains. This is where they winter, down in the sagebrush country here. So that it doesn't look like the deer's going to pan out very good. We might shoot some small ones, but nothing substantial. But the elk hunting is looking promising. We've seen quite a few good bulls over here on these other ridges over here, and we're just kind of waiting for a couple days for the season to start, and we'll put the hurt on one of them bulls. Well, Curtis just walked up. He was actually over on the other side glassing, and got a pretty good, nice little find right here. This is essentially what we're after. We just need something attached on this end, but this is Curtis. He owns this beautiful property, invited us down here. The property goes for about as far as you can see in every direction, and it's just a gorgeous place. Ton of elk, deer, and he was nice enough to let us come down and hunt for a few days and see what we could do. But we sure appreciate it, Curtis.
You bet. It's a joy to have you guys.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about the place, you know, where it's kind of located here?
Well, we're 2 hours north of Boise, roughly, and an hour be southwest of McCall, Idaho. And actually, we're just over the hill from the big ski hill they built over there, Tamarack.
Oh, yeah.
And Cascade. Beautiful country up there. There's 25 miles of timber from here to the top and another 15 off the other side.
Well, what do you think, Curtis? We're kind of in the sun now on this side. We want to start working our way back.
Yeah, I think
slow
we'll take off over here to the split in the road, and those big heavy pockets, we'll start glassing those as we go down.
Well, Craig's done it again. He spotted it. I don't know how he spotted it, but he's got a buck over here at 1,400 yards. It appears to be the biggest 2-point I've ever seen in my life. We're talking 26 tall and maybe 22 to 26 wide, and just giant. I mean, it looks like a 3-year-old bull elk. Just big giant beams and a big fork on top. We are now in a dilemma of trying to figure out how we're going to get to him, because he is in the perfect spot to not get shot. But we're going to work on it here for a few more minutes, see if we can come up with a game plan, and we're going to go kill this deer. Last day, we got to kill him. We all put our heads together. We came up with the ultimate plan. We think it's our best bet of getting this big buck killed. He is a stud of a 2-point. He's over there on that far ridge, just above that last little red bush up there. So the plan is we're going to work down into the bottom here, and we're going to come up the back side of this far ridge over here. We're going to stay in the shade. We're just going to work ourselves all the way up. And then we're going to work across that sagebrush line there until we can get out onto those rocks on the end. And then we're just going to slowly peek over until we can get him found. It looks like the shot's going to be in that 400 to 500 yard range. We've got 900 and some to the face of it, and he's at 14 and change. And so we're just going to cut the distance down, you know, over that 900 yard stuff and see if we can get him killed. I think this is our last chance.
We got a lot
last
of
day
to kill tomorrow, so let's get this done today. It's been quiet.
crap, was that a bad idea? Thought, oh, I'll just go through the bottom of it. I didn't want to get up on too high so the buck could see me. That got thick in there. I can't believe our luck. We've been here, I've been here for 4 days. Garrett and Craig showed up a day after me, and we've just seen no bucks, no bucks. We've got this buck over here, he's a good buck, but we don't have any choices. I mean, this is the last day, that's the only buck we're gonna see today, I'm sure, unless we get lucky this evening, and so we gotta get this buck killed. We're gonna move up. We can't see him. We're gonna move up and get set up. He's probably just gonna jump. We're gonna have to shoot him. I don't really know what to do. He's laying there just looking. Just over 300 yards. All I can see is his throat patch and his muzzle. I could probably shoot him in the neck. I don't want to wait here all day. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to shoot him in the neck. If I miss, he'll stand up, and then I'll really put the hurt on him.
Hey, that's how it's done.
Lights out. Hey, that's a good buck. Hey, 300 yards. I had a window this big to shoot through. This big. All I could see was the little tiny white patch. Whew. Hey,
Way to go, brother.
dude,
Huh?
I bet I'm a half inch from where I was aiming. I saw that bullet hit and I could see the ripples in his neck just go.
Way to go. Hey, that didn't take him long to squeeze the trigger, did it? When he said it was go time.
It's go time. Boom!
Yeah! Way to go.
Oh man, that's a good buck. That's a good buck.
Hey, long range pursuit goes close range. Sometimes that happens, man.
Hey, it might have been close range, but I'd like to see somebody else try that shot. You don't have a Gunwerks rifle and G7 rangefinder? That would have been impossible.
Good shot.
Dude.
Boy, you got a
Hey,
long pack out.
it's a sub half gun. Oh, and one more thing, guys. That is a shooting school 6.5-284. That rifle right out there has over 3,500 rounds through it. 3,500 rounds, and still shoots sub half minute all day. Oh hey.
Got him?
There he is, right here, guys.
Got him?
Right here, man. Oh, man. Dude,
Nice.
look at this
Yes.
deer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that.
5x4.
Holy crap. You have to be kidding me.
How did we miss those points?
All we could see was his top end.
I know. We thought he had. We were right on what we thought he had.
Oh, Craig, I owe you, man. Craig spotted this buck. All we could see was the top horns from here, So we thought he was a big 2-point. We couldn't see this front stuff, and his nose. Craig spotted that at 1,400 yards.
In the shade.
With one eye.
This is what we could see.
With one eye.
One leg tied.
Yeah, look at this side over here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, man. Dude. This is the best buck I've killed in a long time. Like probably 15 years. This is my second best, probably. A very important step in the cleaning process that most people forget is actually unassembling the rifle at the end of the year and cleaning the trigger mechanism and wiping all the debris out from inside the stock, the barrel channel, so that you don't have anything touching or affecting your trigger for the next time you go out. So I'm going to go over disassembling this rifle, cleaning the trigger assembly, making sure that we have a free floated barrel channel, and then assembling it all back together so it's ready to go out back into the field. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to remove the action screws, and essentially what that does is that allows us to remove the stock from the action and barrel assembly. So we'll just take out these 2 screws here. Now on our stock we have on one of our rifles we have a little wedge block right here. We'll remove that. Take these 2 screws out. That allows the bottom metal to come loose, and it also allows the stock to come free of the barreled action and trigger mechanism. So we're just going to set this aside for now. We'll check that later. So what we've got here is a barreled action and your trigger assembly, and then you've got your recoil lug. You can see where the action sits into the bedding block. Very nice even fit, and that's exactly what you want. Now, to clean this assembly, first thing you're going to need to do is, I like to insert a paper towel underneath it because we're going to be squirting a solvent down through the trigger assembly to clean out all the debris, everything that you've accumulated on your hunting trip. Although these jewel triggers and Timneys and all the high-end triggers are very good, crisp triggers, they also have some very fine tolerances in them, and we need to keep those clean or these triggers will malfunction in a hunting situation. So what we'll do is we'll take our KG3, our solvent, and what we'll do is we'll just spray down through this trigger assembly, and what we're trying to do is to get all that debris to flush out of the assembly. Now, once you've got it from this side, what we can do is we'll flip it over, and we'll do it again from the other side. And remember to put your paper towel back under there so you don't get solvent everywhere. And what you'll see is you can access the top of this trigger housing pretty easily right in the top of your action. So what we'll do is we'll spray this out. Now there's other things that you can use. I like to use the butane for the Zippo lighters. The reason I like that is it's a compressed mixture, and when it dries, it leaves a fine residue in there, more or less a lubricant. And I like that because then I don't have to do anything else to the trigger. Now, if you're going to use a solvent like this, once you get the solvent in there, take your canned air, your dust off, or an air compressor, blow it all out, make sure that it's nice and clean and dry, and now your trigger assembly is clean. Okay, once your trigger assembly is clean and you know you have some good function there, now we need to just visually inspect and make sure we don't have any big debris on your recoil lug, the front or back where the bedding sits. We're going to pick up the stock, make sure you don't lose your screws, and we're going to just quickly inspect the inside of it. We're going to make sure we don't have any big chunks of dirt or sticks or anything in here that's going to be touching this barrel channel, because we need a free floated barrel. This one looks pretty good. We just got off some late season elk hunts, so there's some dirt and grit in there. You could spray that out with some cleaner, but this one looks okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to reassemble this and torque everything back down so that it's ready to go in the field. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our mag box back into place. Make sure that it fits right down in its little groove there. All right, now we're going to set the stock assembly on top of the barreled action. Everything's going to sit right down on there, fall right into place just like that. Now, the first thing I like to do is make sure my mag box is lined up so that there's nothing touching or binding there. And then I'm just going to start to snug up these action screws to make sure that we have contact there. And what I'll do is I'll run them down to snug, and then I'm going to back them off a turn. Run it down, and then I'm going to back off a turn. Now that I've got them into place, what I'm going to do is I'll hold the front of the barrel, and I'll take the back end of the stock, and I'll tap it a couple times pretty hard. What that's going to do is that's going to seat that recoil lug up against your bedding or up against your recoil or your aluminum bedding block. I'm going to snug up the wedge block. I'm going to snug down these two. Now the stock's where it's going to be. All I've got left to do is to torque these screws back down. Now this is very important because you need the same torque on both of them so you have even pressure. And I'm going to torque these using this little fat wrench, it's a pretty nice little tool, to 50 inch-pounds. There we go. It just snaps when you've got your torque. And I'll double check them a couple times. Okay, so now I've got my action screws torqued down, and then all I have to do is, on this one I'll put about 30 inch-pounds on it. So I'll turn my torque wrench down to 30, get it in there, and I just want to get that snugged up to right there. There's 30 inch-pounds. My rifle's reassembled. I've cleaned the trigger assembly, and it's ready to go back to the field.
It's here, opening morning of elk season, 2013. We're in Idaho here. Killed our big buck yesterday. Jeremy made a good shot this morning. We're chasing elk. Curtis left a big herd there towards the top, so we're taking mules and horses in this morning.
Well, we've already spotted elk on the ridge. It's first light, nice and chilly down here at the bottom of the canyon. The wind is terrible. We've tied the horses up. We're gonna go start sneaking down here a little bit. We've got elk on both sides of us. We can hear them. We've spotted a few, so we're gonna go make a play.
Garrett's pretty stoked. I can tell he's trying to keep his nerves down. He's never shot a bull elk before. We've got bulls all over here.
Right there, get in range.
They're at 900, but they're working this way. They're working this way. Showing 860.
860.
860.
Okay.
There you go, right on that, right on the neckline. Got it. You're low. You're about a half minute low, but that's good left or right.
He's down. He's down. He ain't getting up. All right.
Here. Hey. You just killed your first elk, bro.
He took it, didn't he? Huh?
Yeah.
This is his first elk. I knew this kid since he was a pup. And he's grown up. He's such a good guy. Proud of him.
About there, Jer, right there.
There he is.
Woo. So we were right there under that plateau there.
That's one bad thing about long range hunting. After the bull's down, it is a long hike, half a mile. Woo! Yeah, he's a good little bull.
Look at that front turn down. We did it. We did it.
Oh, Captain Hook, huh?
Whew. Well, big thanks to Jeremy. Jeremy lined this deal up. He's been working on this for a little while. Craig broke off a couple family commitments to be here. He's followed me around chasing elk for years now, and he's probably more excited than I am about this deal.
Hunting apparel for long-range pursuit provided by Sitka and Kenetrek Boots of Montana. License applications made through Cabela's Tags. Brought to you by Gunwerks, G7 Optics, Night Force, Hornady, Flatline Ops, and Caldwell Shooting Supplies.
We can't find Craig. We don't know where he went. He should be right up there.
I'm not gonna tell you what he looks like, but I'm telling you this, he's not a 2-point. That's all I'm gonna say.
You just hush your mouth. You make me nervous and I miss. I'm gonna kick you in the...
Hey, why did you make Garrett leave his gun in the Ranger? He was stupid enough to do it, so